Hi! I still haven't fixed the wiring of the reactor, so although I'm starting a new series, I can't show myself to introduce it, but at least a voiceover will do. I also managed to reduce the visible parts of my helmet so there's less clutter on the screen. So, straight to business. This is the first log of Data Group 2, where we will be playing through the Undead Asylum in Dark Souls. This game is a medieval fantasy RPG and is widely regarded as one of the best video games ever made. Praises especially going to its gameplay, atmosphere, and most importantly for us, its unique form of storytelling, through object descriptions, environmental details, and cryptic dialogue. As such, I will be archiving on video every single object description, piece of dialogue, and hopefully most of the relevant details in the environment, while adding my own commentary along the way. See you inside! Alright, after picking our name, class, starting gift, and haircut, we can watch the first cutscene, telling us this world's creation myth, which revolves around the appearance of fire, breaking the seemingly eternal stalemate the world was at up to that moment, represented by immortal dragons. The narrator states that,
"And with fire came disparity, heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark."
and then within the flames 4 souls were found, those being
Nito, the first of the dead, the witch of Izalith and her daughters of chaos, Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights, and the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten.
So Nito clearly represents death, and Gwyn is the Lord of Sunlight, so he represents light. Opposing death is of course life, and although it's not literally stated, the Witch of Izalith has her daughters of chaos, so that disparity is clear, leaving the furtive pygmy to oppose Gwyn in being representative of darkness. The Lords used their newfound powers to set the world in motion by killing the Lords of the old regime, and with the aid of a dragon without scales set their own. But as things are no longer everlasting, this Age of Light is nearing its end too, and an Age of Dark, likely headed by the furtive pygmy, will follow. Unrelated to or because of this, a curse in the form of a ring of fire is appearing amongst the living, who are sent to the Undead Asylum until the end of the world, and this is our fate. But we escape that fate soon after, thanks to a knight littering our cell with a corpse carrying a key, urging us to forge ahead. On our inventory there's also a black crystal that sends everyone back to their home, 2 humanities, which are these black sprites found on corpses and apparently are really rare, and as expected, the dark sign that curses us to return to the bonfires, taking a little of our mind each time. We also carry a broken sword and a trusty armor that lets us know we are a low-ranking knight, but a knight nonetheless. While I understand the idea of the tutorial being done through the in-game messaging system, as if another prisoner left those notes, someone in-universe talking about right-clicks and keyboard prompts breaks the immersion more than a tutorial window at the very beginning would. From here we can finally see the source of the pounding sounds we've been hearing since the start, this giant monster who likely sent this poor bastard flying into the bars while he was trying to escape. We climb up to the surface and find the first bonfire, which at this point is one of the most iconic checkpoints in gaming. Now, iron bar doors like these that can only be opened from one side are present throughout the game, and the fact that the character is perfectly able to slip his hand through the bars and open whatever is locking it from the other side, but never does it and has to go all the way around is mildly annoying. But anyways, we open this door, and if we look up, we can see another mustard guard ready to put a sack in our head and throw us against the bars. But we use our years of training and experience as a knight to face our enemy. Oh, I mean, we perform a tactical withdrawal, get our next bonfire and finally get some proper shield and sword. This item is unreachable for now, so we will come back here later from another angle. We finally open the not at all openable from both sides door and circle back to the first bonfire. We go back up, get hit by a both inconvenient and really convenient metal ball, and we get to talk to our savior.
You're no hollow. Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I, we're both undead. Hear me out, will you? Regrettably, I have failed in my mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family, "Thou who art undead art chosen, and thine exodus from the Undead Asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know." Well, now you know. And I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask, an undead favorite. Oh, and this. Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now, and thank you.
And now that we have another icon of gaming to heal ourselves, that somehow comes from the soul of a firekeeper, we set off to fulfill his final wish of ringing a bell. We open this door with the key he gave us, admire the view, and flip the tables of our previous encounter. Kill the asylum demon to get a humanity and the key to the outside world, where we find a soul, an inconspicuous nest, and the Lord of the Rings Eagle's cousin who transports us to Lordran, where the next video log will take place. Marcus out.
To the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.